We're not.
Come on, y'all.
Thank
Let's
you.
love on each other.
I'm sorry. Okay, like genuinely. I mean that. For real.
You guys. Be back in the morning when the sun starts to rise. So mama, don't stress your mind. So mama, don't stress your mind.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl Nesha back with another video, y'all. Today's video is my review recap of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 5. This is the reunion part 2, so we're done, okay? And we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So we started where we left off last week with TT, Akbar, the sister wives, Bridget, and Moniece. Okay, so there's still a whole lot of commotion going on. It's hard to hear what's going on because everybody was talking on top of everybody. Moniece got into the mix because I guess she don't like the way that he was treating Teairra. And you know, her and Teairra was really cool, even though they kind of fell off within the episode. They were really cool, and she just feels like he was taking advantage of her. And then he starts throwing shots at her, talking about basically she doesn't look healthy and stuff like that. Just very out of line because she's only trying to be a friend. Now Bridget comes in because Bridget was trying to understand, how is it that you say that you go for these people with all these issues, right? So obviously your sister wives up there had these issues too. She thinks that as women you would think twice about treating someone the way that y'all did Teairra. And then him as a man, you know she has all these issues. Why are you still doing what you're doing to her? You're basically taking advantage of her. You know that Teairra obviously needs the help. She's obviously not as strong as the other women are. So why didn't you take that into consideration when you were dealing with Teairra? You know, don't take advantage of it. Honestly, y'all, I feel like when it comes to Akbar and the Teairra situation, I felt like he was definitely there for the opportunity. She was an opportunity for him to get on Love and Hip Hop. He got what he wanted, and now he don't need Teairra no more. Because I honestly believe he loved Teairra at one particular time. It may be some type of twisted love. Nina asked him, I think it was Nina that asked him, did you ever love Teairra? And he said no. I call bullcrap. I think honestly, I don't believe that Teairra released her own sex tape. I do believe she had something to do with it, but I don't think she's the one that hit the button. Now, I do also believe that she really, really loved him. And when he treated her like this and she found out all these things, I don't know to the extent of what she did know, but when she found out and then other women her friends are starting to know everything that's going on, then she got a little bitter, she got upset, and she started to go for what would hurt him, and that's his pockets. And that's where this whole sex tape scandal, the press run, all of these charges, that's where all of this comes from. She's trying to hurt him. I really believe she's trying to hurt him. And that's just what I'm going to stick to. I know that, what's her name? Tammy said that Teairra really didn't know because she's the one that alerted Teairra's team. I get that, sis, but let me tell you, it just don't seem right. It seems like Teairra was more involved than she is telling us, or she knew more than what she's telling us. Alejandra was questioned about would she go to jail for Akbar, and of course she says that she would go to jail. She's freaking brainwashed. I mean, he has this hold on these women that none other have. You know what I mean? He goes for these women with these issues, and then he comes in like knight in shining armor, like he is just their all in all. And he develops this type of relationship with these women. They trust him, and then they have that loyalty to him, and they won't do anything to hurt him. They won't come for him because of what he's done. You had Alejandra up there saying of how she came to Hollywood and she basically, I guess she didn't have anybody, and then he came in and he helped her. And so that's where her loyalty is with him. She will forever be loyal to him. Sade says she had issues too. All of them had issues, you know? And so I honestly believe there's more. These are only two that were bold enough to get on social media and national television to tell us about it. But I think there are more. And it's just unfortunate that these women don't value themselves. enough to not deal with that type of stuff. I've told y'all before, Teairra Mari is a beautiful girl. She has a beautiful voice. She does not need to be following behind this cult. Shit, call it a cult. That's what I want to call it. Hell, harem, y'all call it whatever y'all want to call it. I'm calling it a cult. Alejandra said that Teairra Mari is the one that actually released the tape. She says that Teairra Mari was at their house when she pressed the button and it was populated on the Instagram, and then all of the world could see it. She says Teairra Mari is the one that did that. Do I believe Alejandra? Hell no. I don't believe her. I don't believe anything. Let me tell you why I don't believe her. Because just like I just told y'all, she's loyal to him. She will say anything to make sure his ass is clean. So I don't believe anything that comes out of Alejandra's mouth. I really don't. Other than the fact she would go to jail for him. That's the only thing that I can say that I believe. So she tried to put it on Teairra Mari. I don't believe that. No, absolutely not. Then she also said, well, Nina said, well, why would you go to the press conference and say that you're the one that did it? Well, because nobody wants to take responsibility for it. Excuse me, ma'am? I don't give a dang who is not taking responsibility for something and I know that they did it. I'm not going to be the fool to go out there and say, excuse me, I did it. If a person did something, that is they're accountable for that. I'm not going to put myself into that line of fire. I'm just not. So I felt like, again, she's just doing something to protect him. That's all this is. Has nothing to do with her actually trying to, I guess, just take responsibility to help Teairra because Teairra don't want. Girl, bye with all that. It didn't even make no damn sense. And if y'all believe y'all crazy as hell, I feel like all of them had something to do with it. It wasn't just Teairra. It wasn't just Akbar. It wasn't just Sade or Alejandra. I feel like they all had something to do. Maybe it was for this storyline. Maybe, as Teairra did mention, she may not have been talking about it in this context, but she did say that they wanted a storyline and now they have it. And then she walked her little ass off the stage. I believe that this was all for a storyline. All of it. Even for Teairra, because otherwise, what else would she have had to talk about? Akbar spoke one truth, and he said that God created us all. Yes, indeed. That is the one thing that you said out of your mouth that I can agree with. He did create us all. But don't use yourself. Use the abilities that God gave you for something positive. Don't go out here taking advantage of women that have low self-esteem and that don't have people that love and care for them. Don't do that. You know, we're talking about Teairra here. She didn't have any family, anybody else other than her friends that could take up for her and that could guide her and give her advice. She had to have Rockstar, a person that she didn't even know, that was sent from family to come and defend her. Like, how does that look? She didn't have anybody. You knew that and you played on that. Now, she goes backstage. She says, you know what? It's either them or me. You know, I'm not coming back on stage to be with them, you know, whatever. So, she ends up back on stage. They're still there. So, I guess they convinced her otherwise. But while she's on stage, she's talking to K. Michelle. K. Michelle was basically apologizing to her and saying, you know what, I'm wrong. If I sat with him and you felt some sort of way about that, I shouldn't have done that. You know, please forgive me. She also mentioned that she would want to lick the cooter of the chocolate Sade, the chocolate wife. She said she liked the chocolate wife. That's her type. I didn't know where the heck that came from. I'm like, hey, Michelle, wasn't nobody talking about sleeping in with anybody? Why would you come on here talking about you want to sleep with the girl? Like, that girl was sitting there minding her business. All right, so now Brooke Valentine is on stage, and we start off talking about Brooke and Marcus. And so with him and the little girl that he had, I can't even remember the young lady's name, but anyway, it was a girl that he was with in the very beginning, the one that had the pregnancy scare, but she really wasn't pregnant, but Brooke made her life a living hell while they were together because Brooke wanted to ring that girl. Now, Brooke admits that, yeah, I told him to go sow his royal oats, but y'all have to understand this comes from my past, and apparently her past was something similar to what Akbar has. Now, I don't know whether she's talking about being a sister wife or that mind control that he has over these women. I don't know what it was that she's comparing because she didn't clarify. But she did say that that has everything to do with the reason why she told Marcus that he can go out and sow his royal oath. About her and how she wanted to be married. The reason why is because she said he's been playing around with this ring. He didn't took it to Houston, showed my mama the ring, and doing the absolute most. Just give me the ring. Stop playing with my emotions. And I get it. Brooke seems like the girl that wants to go after what she wants, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, she's determined, and she got what she wanted at the end of the day. So now we're with Brooke and Nikki, and Nikki is like, yo, I absolutely did not sleep with dude. When we were playing that Never Have I Ever game, I was being completely honest. I didn't sleep with him. I don't know where he's getting this from. Teairra is actually a witness. And so Teairra's like, look, because even Lucci so you had Nikki trying to say, look, Teairra, tell him it didn't happen. Then you had Lucci said, no, look, it did. You know something happened, Teairra. So ultimately, I don't know what happened. We will never know what happened. All right, guys. So now we got Amber Diamond and her mama on stage. And Brooke was like, girl, is your weave on tight? Because we don't need your mama pulling your wig again. She was like, girl, everything is intact, honey. And then Sean Love tells us the reason why she snatched her wig was because her own was tight. And she knew that her daughter's was loose. So she snatched that wig because if she would have hit her with them guns, she would have knocked Bridget out. And she didn't want to do that. And Bridget was like, yeah, because it was going to be a fight. Okay? So they're talking about that. Everybody have a good chuckle. Then what tripped me out was Bridget was like, so I think all of it was petty. And so then Brooke was like, well, what do you mean it's petty for him to do this and all that? And he was like, yeah, but you should have, or she was like, yeah, but you should have took it up with Marcus. Here's my thing. That's your friend, Bridget. Yeah, we do crazy stuff. You know how Brooke is. It does not excuse her actions, but you know how she is. In her defense, she was just trying to make a fool out of the girl. You already know this is my fiance. My fiance knows he is my fiance. But since we're going to have these, since he's going to play with me, then I'm going to play with him and I'm just going to take it another level. Would I have done that? Absolutely not. I would not have invited what could potentially be a side piece to my party just to embarrass her. Because ultimately, it's my man that I have an issue with. So I get where Bridget was going with that. Your issue is with that man, Marcus. It is not with this girl. She's innocent. She came here into this fire and you did not have to do that. It all was petty. Bridget, actually, you're the one that told her to invite Amber Diamond to the party. You did that. That was your idea. Because I remember her saying, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And she can wear, and she told her to wear all white. So if you felt like it's petty now, then why didn't you feel it that way then? You entertained the thought at that time. And you already saw she was on 10 because she's texting the girl from a text-free number. You know, she's texting her, going back and forth with her. So why wouldn't you stop her then at that point? Because it would not have ever led to her going to the party and getting wigs snatched off. You should have had that same energy when you told her to invite the girl to the party. I mean, that's just my opinion. Y'all can comment down below, let me know what y'all thought about this. Okay, so Booby's not there to defend himself, but you got Brooke and Marcus there. And we're, of course, talking about when Booby confronted Marcus about how he's treating Brooke. And I told y'all that I felt like he shouldn't have done that because, first of all, how you gonna get mad at him for mistreating Brooke when you mistreated Keisha Cole? I didn't understand that myself, you know. You selectively deciding who you want to defend, but that's fine. Or protect, but that's fine. That's you. I just found it odd. So they're asked about how they feel with everything that he did. I honestly, what I didn't like about it is, okay, I agree with what Marcus said. You know, this is my woman. You can't tell me how I'm supposed to run things over here. Stay in your jurisdiction. I completely agree with that. What I did not appreciate was how Brooke tried to downplay everything he did and try to make it seem like he's the crazy one. And then threw out there that because he has feelings for me, I think it was a little bit more than what he had let on. What the? Did he not come to your song, what was it, song release, album release, whatever the hell it was, when it had on all the white? Did he not come over there and he told you how he felt? And what you said, your response to him was, I hate when you read me. I hate when you tell me about myself. Was that not you? So why all of a sudden now, and he had that same energy. He was defending you. He was protecting you. He even told you that when he saw him, he was going to put him in his place. Did you think he was joking? And then for you to downplay it like he actually cares about you. But for you to do that, like you didn't even defend him. You didn't. You were just like, you know, it's just that, you know, he was out of line. He shouldn't have done that. What? But you were okay, or actually, you didn't say anything. You didn't check him when he told you he was going to do it. But when he did it, now all of a sudden, oh, he just did that because he had feelings for me. I didn't like that. I didn't think that was cool at all. Especially if you were supposed to be his friend. So now we have Paris and Kimberly, right? And the whole point here, the goal, is to get them to possibly agree to disagree, move on with their life. You go this way, you go that way. Or either find some sort of common ground to where we can be cordial, coexist, and not allow it to completely destroy what we have built over the years. That was the goal, okay? It didn't go anywhere. I feel like it didn't go anywhere because K. Michelle is extremely hurt, and it's the principle of what she did. It has nothing to do with the monetary value of what she did that resulted in what she did. It had everything to do with the principle. Okay, that's K. Michelle. Then you have Paris over here like, but I'm offering to give you the money. We can be good at that point. I know I messed up, but we can be good once I give you the money. That's going to solve everything. So you have these two different perspectives of what happened, right? These two different perspectives. And it sucks because I understand where K. Michelle is coming from, and I also get where Paris is coming from. But I know why K. Michelle is just so damn pissed. It's because, sis, you could have asked me for anything in the world, and I would have given it to you. K. Michelle mentioned something about she raised her. I don't know if I would have took it. I don't know if I would have said that because that woman is grown. You know, she was raised by someone else. But I get what you're saying. You took care of her. You helped her. You brought her into this new realm that she's in. You helped her to get where she is. You probably are not the one that's moving her right now, but you helped her to get recognized. I get you, sis. But she's like, look, I did all of that for you, and then you took from me. You could have asked me and I would have gave it to you, but you took it from me. That hurt me because you know everything that happened in my life. You know of all the abuse I've been through, all the people that took advantage of me. You know all of my deep, dark secrets because we were like sisters and you stole from me. And all I want you to do is just say, you know what, I messed up. And let's just try to build and let's try to move on. It's not about the money. Stop throwing the money back in my face because now you can afford to do it. You want to give it back to me? Don't even worry about it, sis. It's not about the money. I just want you to admit that you did wrong and then let's try to build. You need to try to build with me. You have to build that trust again. And then you have Paris over here like, but me giving you the money is building. Me giving you the money is showing that I admit to my faults. Even though we can't agree on the amount, I admit to my faults. Let's go ahead and move on. But she's not acknowledging the fact that K. Michelle is really, really hurting because of everybody that has failed her in her life. And then the one person that she thought really loved her, really cared for her, wanted to see her win, wanted to see the best in her, that she trusted, betrayed her. And even though it was just $50 or maybe $300, I don't know, it was somewhere in there. Even though it was that amount, K. Michelle still can't grasp the fact that you did that to me. You know what I mean? And your only rebuttal is, here's your money. But it's not even about the money. So it's like, it's so deep to where I understand why it's going to take a long time if they are ever to be able to coexist or talk to each other. It's going to take a long time. Yeah, they had that moment on Love and Hip Hop where they were sitting there and they talked and they got somewhere and they hugged it out. And I was really, really hoping and praying that that was going to be that. But they need counseling. Like, K. Michelle needs to build that trust again with her, and then Paris needs to allow her to heal. You know, even though it was a small amount, some people may say it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's like people need to heal on their own time, and that's what's going on right now, y'all. I feel like I done took too long on that, but that's what's going on. So then Kimberly leaves the stage. She later performs a beautiful song, Save Me. I Wanted You to Save Me, or something like that. It's a really beautiful song, but I don't know why I feel like it was perfect for the moment because of what had just happened with Paris. It was like perfect because I feel like K. Michelle is literally crying out to someone. She's been through a whole lot. Even on social media, you saw all these different people that she was talking about was supposed to be her friends, but they didn't reach out for her. I think she just needs help, and she needs some sort of counseling or therapy to help her heal, because although Paris aided in the way that she's feeling about this whole situation and how she feels like Paris used her, mistreated her and all of that, ultimately it has everything to do with Kim's heart, and she has to attack her heart if she ever plans on fixing any of these relationships. If she plans on salvaging any of these relationships, she has to attack her heart first. I mean, we all need to do that. There's something in my life that I probably need to be doing that for, but I'm not going to share it with y'all. But there are some things that I can actually fix too. So I see myself in K. Michelle a whole lot. And it's hard when you feel like you're guarded already, but then someone comes while you're guarded because you allowed that person to get in. So they managed to get in, and then they hurt you, and you're like, well, damn, I didn't see this coming. Why would they do that to me? But I thought they loved me. You know, you get the feeling like that. But I don't want to spend too much more time on that. And then there's the Bridget and Safari thing. I don't know if they are a thing or not, but she was wearing this ring, so who knows? They were kind of booed up a little bit, so maybe they're going to be an item on New York. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, y'all, that's all I have for today. Don't forget to get into the comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with the bell so you're notified every time that I release. And until next time, bye.
Yeah, low key, maybe high key. I been peeped that you like.